Okay, YouTubers, time for the second set on El Nino. And this map is going to give HerO a much harder time than the last map, so things not looking good for HerO here. He's doing some kind of baby-faced Zen meditation there, I think. And Movie, it looks like he's put on his CJ Entus black overcoat just to feel more badass, I'm sure. I always think of Protoss players these days as kind of being a gang, just walking down an alleyway with like pipes in their hands. Just, you know what they're like? They're like the Axe Gang out of Kung Fu Hustle. They're just walking, dancing down the street with axes in their hands, dancing to a beat and throwing axes. That's really what I imagine Protoss players as. Looks like we're getting ready to start. Strangely enough, I haven't been attacked by a wasp between the first and second game. And actually, I looked back on this, and every time that I have been attacked by a wasp, a Protoss player has lost on El Nino. And every time I have not been attacked by a wasp, they have won. So, could be Groundhog Day, Punxsutawney Phil kind of thing. 2-1-0. Here we go. Okay, down at the 8 o'clock position in Teal is HerO. Up at the 12 o'clock position in red is Movie. I'm Batman. Yes, Movie's looking great in his black team uniform. Is it just me, or has every team now decided that black is the best color for their team uniform? It seems that every single team, I was looking at Height Sparkies, they have a black uniform now. There's another team, I can't remember, they have black now, and just everyone's black. And I was watching, I think, Height Sparkies versus We Made Fox, and it was just literally all black versus all white. It's just the most bizarre looking new uniforms I've ever seen. But that's fortunate. I like black uniforms. I was afraid that all uniforms were going to turn into STX uniforms. And if you don't know what I'm talking about there, take a look at HerO in a second. Just cartoony, ridiculous uniforms. There is a sign that says, Movie, you think you need to cut your bangs a little bit because they're kind of going out 4 feet in front of your face. But the spawning pool coming up for HerO, once again going for an overpool build. Being a little bit safer to get his expansion once again. And I don't think we'll be seeing HerO go for any weird, bizarre strategies. I really don't think of HerO as a cheesing kind of player. I don't know if I've ever seen him go for a 5-pool or something of the sort. It wouldn't really be in his best interest to go for a 5-pool in this map anyway. It's a little bit easier to scout on a 3-player map than it would be on a 4-player. It's much easier to 5-pool on a 4-player map. Well, depending on the layout of the map, of course. Oh, Movie throwing down a pylon. I'm an annoying probe. You know what, Movie, instead of just saying, I'm going to take it to the movies, he could just utter just every single famous movie line during the game. He's like, I'll be back. There's the drone staring at the pylon until it goes away. Use the force. The probe's still in, throwing down the cannon finally, but he's still in here to get the scout on everything that's happening. Zergling's coming out for HerO. He's going to try to put on that early pressure, but to his rude surprise, he's going to find cannons greeting him as soon as he comes in. He has his Overlord in the area now, getting the scout on those cannons. The Overlord might be picked at a little by the cannons, but he's going to be able to get that out of range of the cannons eventually. Movie is checking out the gas situation. If he sees the gas isn't coming down right now, he's going to assume that hatchery, and he's probably going to go out soon to look at where the hatchery has been plopped down. HerO plopped down his hatchery, interestingly enough, at the inside 9 o'clock mineral only. So he's going for that mineral only. It's going to be tough to defend that against early pressure since it's so exposed, but if he gets enough lurkers out, he'll probably be able to defend it. It's a lot better option, probably, than going for the lower gas expansion. It's going to make it easier to run troops back and forth. And here comes the base coming up for movie, so he's definitely keeping up macro as well. And HerO, he's going to run up just to try to deny the scout as long as he can. He's going to have Zergling speed up soon to just deny that scout and keep movie in the dark. Dark movie. Okay, whatever. I'm going to think of a lot of movie jokes in these commentaries, so just a word of warning. The cybernetics core coming up for movie. I'm going to project my foot onto your face with my movie projector. Okay, the second gas coming up for movie, very, very early second gas. So you might be going for a Reaver build of some kind. This usually means it's kind of a Corsair Reaver build if you see a Protoss player going for heavy gas. Cybernetics core coming up. And looks like HerO once again going for the lair build. He's going to once again throw out his Scourge to take out the movie Corsairs, who look a little bit like movie projectors, but now the still no Zergling speed. So I think movie might actually be able to get the scout with his first probe here. It's going down with that probe, and I think that he's going to try to sneak around this Zergling. He's going out just trying to make sure there are no hidden funny bases, because the hidden funny bases are much easier to take down than regular bases that are near the natural and the main. Spire coming down for HerO. And movie going for, let's see what that building is. Oh, they didn't show what the building is. Wonderful. The robotics facility coming up for movie. So this could actually be maybe a drop strategy from him. He might be going for a Templar drop just to get that harassment going. Looking back at the Jangbi versus Quanro game, just harassment does a great job at whittling down a Zerg force. Drones, I mean, no Zerg likes to make drones. They like to make troops. That's why you see so few drones here, because drones, they're always being plopped down for buildings. And it's very tough to drone up, especially when you're being harassed. Drones are one of the weakest units ever. But now the robotics facility coming up. Looks like we're seeing the first Corsair out. And I think that is a +1 for those Corsairs. I think he is upgrading +1 attack for Corsairs at the Cybernetics core. So this could be his ploy to just take down as many Overlords as possible while going out with a Corsair Reaver build, potentially, which might actually work on this map. Since it is so much like Outsider, a Corsair Reaver build could actually work. But I haven't seen it yet on this map, so maybe movie is hiding something that we don't know about. Maybe he's found a way to make it work on this map where other Protosses have not. Okay, Batman is still stuck at 2 bases, but that's all he needs to stay at for the moment. Keeping up his Corsair count, getting some safe cannons inside of his main just in case Mutalisks try to come in. But he's going to be very safe as far as Mutalisks tech switch goes. Being spotted, one Corsair goes down kind of needlessly from movie. He had his cannons in the area, and he tried to run back to them in time, but he was not able to do so. Looks like HerO is switching up to kind of a 5-hatch Hydra build, and he's going to try to push the front with Hydras. That's what I think of when I think of HerO. By.HerO, I think of him as a mega Hydra player. Like, the number of Hydras that he can get out is just unreal at times, but yes, very much like July. Very, very reminiscent of July Zerg. But HerO, I think, now that he's droned up, he's getting out troops, and he's going to push with a huge Hydra army soon. Movie kind of a lax of micro, probably could have saved one of those zealots, but he showed such impressive micro in the first game, I'm going to let it slide.